Sunday, November 10th. It's definitely starting to feel like winter here in Vermont. I just wake up this morning, it's cold out. It makes it harder to be motivated to go to the land. But there's a couple things I need to do today. I'm going to finally walk the other side of my property. Rifle season for deer starts on the 15th, so there shouldn't be anyone hunting. I am wearing my bright orange pants. I'll have my guns. I'll go poke around, get some video. From my understanding and from what I have walked, it's mostly wooded, boggy, slightly gradual elevation land. But I've never explored the whole thing. So it'll be cool to walk around the rest of my land, which has not gotten any attention since I bought the property. There was a guy on my trail cameras. I couldn't quite tell what he's doing, but it looked like he went into my field last week to set up a tree stand. So I'm going to go check my other trail cams. Well, we're back. Today is a investigative, figure out what people have been doing on my land day. This looks a little weird, but it's probably just from the snow. There's a new tree stand somewhere out here, at least that's what I think the guy was doing. I'm going to put up some posted signs. I'm going to check the trail cameras. Might even do a little weed whacking. And yeah, just enjoy the day. It's pretty chilly out, but it's warming up and it's sunny. Yee! Time to go check some trail cameras. Well, after reviewing the trail cam footage, just seems like it's an old timer who was crossbow hunting. It's not the end of the world to me, it's just more of a respect factor. If you're gonna hunt my land, at least ask permission. I get it, I'm not up here all the time, so people just assume I wouldn't mind, which I don't really, but I just like to know. So if I show up here and I start shooting my gun, I don't have to worry about somebody being in the back of the field and getting lit up with 5.56 rounds and so forth. I'm going to put up a couple signs, but I'm not going to go crazy. And yeah, beautiful day out here. Do a little weed whacking, probably come down into these woods, cut some trees, and hopefully walk the top part of the property and do a little exploring. It was funny, when I first bought this land, I put up a bunch of signs and I thought somebody was tearing them down because they didn't like that I bought the land, and then only to find out that it just gets so darn windy up here they just blow off. So I had to put this one back up. It's the entrance to the woods to go down to the creek and that area I cleared last episode, which I'll probably go back down and do a little more work on. And I put up that sucker. It's kind of funny, I've owned the land for more than a year and a half and I've still never truly explored more than probably 200 feet up this way. Before I bought it, I walked up there with one of my friends and checked it out. It's hunting season, got my orange on. And yeah, I just want to walk up there and see what it is. Hopefully there's potential to make a walking / dirt bike trail. And then who knows, if it's not too muddy, I'm pretty sure it's pretty boggy up through here, but it'd be cool to build a little bridge over the drainage ditch and make a little service road to bring the side-by-side up. Because it slowly goes up in elevation, and I own a larger square. It's like a skinny triangle or a rectangle, and then it gets wide at the end. So it'd be cool to clear that and make like a primitive camping zone up there. Cheers. Off we go. This is looking down the road. It's funny, everyone that comes here that's watched the YouTube always is surprised by how close the trail is to the road. It's probably not more than 15 feet. But this is what it looks like. And then my land starts right here and goes up probably past that big pine tree right there and goes straight up. So I'm curious to see if I get any ticks on me in here. It's definitely overgrown as fuck. That's what it looks like. I could build some cool little area right here looking back. There's a lot of cool moss in here too. It's very, very mossy. Look at that. It's like the Pacific Northwest. This is pretty. Come sleep back. Pretty wet, but I feel like if it was peak summertime, I could probably make a trail through here. Definitely pretty bumpy though. And you can see the spots where the water settles. This is beautiful though. Totally different environment than the other side of the land. And I bet the deers love to bed back here. Some of this terrain would be so fun on the dirt bike. Like if I map this out well and find the dry spots, I could make a sick trail up through here. I may even start flagging it this year. Apparently my neighbors on this side have a tree stand pointed towards these woods. This kind of seems like a game passage. I actually did walk up here last year. Ooh, it's soft. This is very moist. Which is kind of weird because it's all sloped downhill, but this is what glaciers do. They form mountains and drainage zones. Wonder what this is. What is this indicative of? Someone taped 2 of my trees, dude. Them are my trees. This whole forest is awesome pine. And they're just growing bigger and bigger. So all the ones that don't get windblown and die and grow nice and strong, eventually when I get a wood mill, I'll be able to cut a bunch of these down in plain wood to build. There's the neighbor's tree stand. Glad no one's up there right now. I think it's sweet. We're gonna keep going. It's really weird for me to be up here because I own all this and I've never come up here. It's a cool feeling. I don't feel trapped on my property, but I've gotten such a good understanding and familiarity with the land I have been working, the field, the creek, the woods on the way down there. And this is just like a new, totally new space for ideas and dirt biking and enjoyment. Probably could never develop this. I'm guessing it's a class 2 wetland, which Vermont would not allow you to build on. But wouldn't stop me from building a primitive survival cabin at the top if there's a landing. And yeah, making some dirt bike trails and at least using the land to the best of my abilities, as well as harvesting trees and milling lumber. This is beautiful. This gets dense right here. So nice out. Freaking toasty. It was cold as heck this morning and now it's hot. I just got a long sleeve. Here's another game passage. Some collected water. It's weird, there's a posted sign up here. But I'm pretty sure this is my land. Or this is the cutoff spot. This could be. This feels pretty high up. Yeah, this must be where my property ends. So this is the clearing at the top. Really have to fly my drone to get a better idea, but I could clear this whole area of all these small birch trees and build a structure, survival structure. This almost looks like it was kind of a cleared road. It's so bumpy though. But I think this is the spot at the top of the hill because it feels like we've leveled off a little. I remember looking on maps, there's a lot of little bright trees. Wasn't super dense, and this looks just like that. It's not as high up or as clear as I'd like, but it's still cool. It's a beautiful maple tree right there. I want to walk a little further, but I'm not going to creep on my neighbor's property, especially during hunting season. I do want to see the clearing up there because I'm pretty sure it opens up. Well, if that isn't a deer feast waiting to happen, this thing tips over a little more. Oh, they're probably tall enough to get to it already. Chewing it all up and enjoying the good greenery. It is wet on this side. This is going closer to the exit of the road. It's definitely wetter over here. I wish it was a little drier, but what can you do? I'm just happy to own it and be able to explore more woods. I might go down into the river woods and explore a little further down, because I heard there used to be a little hunting shack deep down there and I've never seen it. We'll see about that. Look at this trail. This is the neighbor's dogs. They ward off the coyotes. I can see my truck. Yeah, you can see the dog prints. I know exactly where we're spitting out. Right across from the parking lot and the trailer. And that's where we came out. Well, just got done my walk on the other half of the land. Glad I did that before I did the hard work. Now I'm going to go back down to the woods and cut some more logs up, clear those woods even more, maybe go for a little walk and explore down there too. Beautiful day down here. Time to sweat and get covered in sap. Cut some more firewood. Well, it's coming along quite well in here, as you can see. There was tons of down trees in here before. You can see all the cleared glory. Look at that big pile. This will be the camping clearing. Might get Mark to bring some gravel down here next year. But I'm just turning this into a magical woods. Hopefully once I get it all nice and cleared up, I can remake a moto trail that has less turns. May even connect to the track where you jump down into the woods from this side and come down, hit some woods jumps, and then loop back up to the back corner. But I am very pleased. It's liberating. Gonna roll this thing down the hill. Yeah, that's good dirt right there. This is great dirt. Make some good jumps in here. It's good to know. Yes, it's the end of an era. The massive tree fall is gone and the woods breathe once again. Well, gonna call it quits for the day. If you can remember, this was all, even when I first bought the land, there's 2 huge trees knocked down that even covered this trail right here. And I originally cut the ends so you could walk past it and ride dirt bikes. But in these last 2 days here, I've cleared all of it with the Sawzall, surprisingly. And it looks good. It'll be so nice next year when it's overgrown with ferns. I'm gonna keep working on this throughout the year if everything doesn't get too snowed in, but I want to clear all the dead stuff in this woods and make it perfectly open. And then it'll be very conducive for a new dirt bike trail that won't be as tight. But I'm super happy with today and last week's efforts. And yeah, I got a lot of scrap wood down here over the hillside. All in all, it's been a great day. Good to be outside. You can definitely tell the time change. Sun's already starting to get low. Chester and Ernie are at home, cozy, enjoying life, and we're making progress here. My septic design's getting wrapped up right now, and we'll submit that soon for approval with the state, and then hopefully the beginning of next year. Apparently they can drill wells in the winter. I'll try and get the well drilled. Other news than that is I accepted a full-time job with Vermont Sports Car for the year of 2025, and super thrilled about that. More stability in my life, consistent income, and the ability to focus all of my creative energy for one client, which is going to be sweet. We're going to be traveling all over Europe and doing all the American rallies with Connor. So if you don't follow Connor on Instagram and YouTube, subscribe to his channel, because that supports my work and everything I'm doing for him, and he's a good friend and he deserves the support. So it's cool. Him and I share the same mindset and interests, you know, being out in nature, making a property our own, and there'll be a lot of cool stuff to come. So I appreciate everyone for watching, sharing interest in this journey. I know it's been a slow year, but I got all the time in the world, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So we'll keep sprucing this place up until it's the perfect personal paradise. You. Well, hello there. It seems that you made it to the end of my video. I appreciate you greatly for watching. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Chester says thanks and hi, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.